Hi everyone, I just thought I'd pop in today. I know today is a very momentous day. It's the elections, a lot of things going on. Everybody is out and about voting. For those of you in America, for those of us in Canada, we're waiting with bated breath to make sure that you have your choices and that everything turns out for the greatest good of all. I'm so excited actually to pop in today because I've been really thinking about how important it is to have self-love. And I know that I've spoken to you about it before, but at Sydney Mar Wellness, it's so important to remember how to nurture ourselves. I know that when I was a child and I was a figure skater and I would get up early in the morning, it was actually 4:30 that my mom would make sure that I had a great breakfast. She made sure that I had the porridge and a little bit of milk and some great demerara sugar, and it was warm and yummy, and she'd send me off with my chocolate milk to the rink to keep me warm in between so I could have a little sip in my thermos. And those are the things that I think of when I think of the importance of self-love. And that is the nurturing feeling that my mom gave to me or made me feel so cared for when I was a child. And I know that for many years before that, when my grandmother was alive, grandmother Mabel, she actually had different kinds of things going on. She was married to my grandfather, who was a restaurateur, so she was at home most of the day with the children, and she was always worried about the children in the neighborhood, not just her own kids. We had my Uncle Michael, my Auntie Pearl, and my dear mother Evie, and she would see the children in the street and she would say, oh, those kids really need to eat. So for what she would do, because in those days, I think my grandparents got married when it was 1926. And these are all things that I've been thinking a lot about lately. And with that, she used to go to the pawn shop, which was in Chinatown, because our Chinese restaurant was on Princess Street in Chinatown in Vancouver. And she used to take her ring and she would take it off and she would give it to the pawnbroker and say, give me some money, I'm going to go and get some groceries. She didn't want to bother my grandfather, who was at the restaurant taking care of all of the customers and clients who were coming and going. And she traded her ring for some money, and she would go to the store and get some groceries, and she would cook for the children. And then when my grandfather would come home at night, he would see that she didn't have her ring on, and he'd go back to the pawn shop and he'd get back my grandma's ring and he'd put it back on her finger and say, you know, Mabel, you know, bless you for feeding the children. And that is the deep kind of caring and self-nurturing that I know that all of us have had the opportunity to experience. And when we give ourselves back that kind of self-love, I think that it is the most nourishing, deeply soul-satisfying self-love that can come your way. So I'm so excited about being able to offer you some beautiful opportunities to take care of yourself. You know that I'm always talking about some really simple things in your life, such as drinking your lemon water. So let me just grab mine. I'm going to encourage you to put a little lemon in and drink your water. I know a lot of people come back to me and say, gosh, you know, Sydney, how is it that you look so well and so rested and so beautiful for your age? And really, I think it starts with the fact that I nourish myself, both by self-care, by making sure that I'm going to be drinking my water. For myself, I usually drink about 2 to 3 liters a day, and it's not only good for your beauty, it's good for the way your brain works, it's good for detoxing your body, it's good for you for processing all of the nutrients and foods in your body. So again, please start with drinking your water after when you're doing your day, and just keep filling it back up and making sure that you're nourished. When you have the opportunity to have the whichever vitamins or, you know, the great foods that you're cooking, think about, you know, how it's nourishing your body. And if you're like myself, who is someone who really loves to perhaps supplement and look for that extra wonderful nutrients that maybe I can't get in all of the foods that I am buying at the store. I mean, I try to do my best to make sure they're well cooked. I do my best to make sure that they are served beautifully and that they nourish me, but sometimes we need to supplement. And that's really what inspired me with my Sydney Mar Wellness, is to create beautiful supplements that would nourish you. And when I send them, I package them up and put them together for you, I want to make sure that they are energetically encoded so that when you receive them at home, not only are they just good for you, that you'll feel that there is some love that is being sent to you through my vitamins. When you get them in the mail, because I have it online, I do send them in this beautiful package. I just love having things like a gift, because then it's going to make you happier. It's going to be pretty, and inside this is not only the instruction on how to take it, but I also include these wonderful little, they're just really handy. You'll get them with every package. These are what I call Ziploc bags, just so that when you're organizing yourself for your day, or when you're traveling, you can just pop your daily amount of vitamins in one of these little Ziploc bags like this. So you could just fill it up, and it's going to be really handy dandy so that you can stay on your daily habits and your commitment to yourself for having optimal health. Whichever way you want to do it, I'm just trying to simplify it for you in a way that is going to be fun, enjoyable, and can keep you on track to keeping your self-love commitments to yourself and to your family around you. So I think this is really important. Now, I have a few little sneak peeks at what's coming up for the holiday season. I just thought that I would remind you that, of course, I'm going to be preparing some beautiful packages for you. As I was mentioning, when I send it to you, it comes in this beautiful packaging. Really fun. So when you open up the cupboards and you look at your vitamins, I want you to think, oh gosh, that's how I'm going to feel. The names are really the promise of how or what is coming for you in your search, in your efforts to become vibrant, to become energetic, to have optimal health. So for gift giving, because it is around the corner, I know that Thanksgiving is coming for the American Thanksgiving, and then just after that it's going to be, you know, the race to the holiday season and Christmas. So what I wanted to do, in case you wanted to have it for a gift for the holidays, I have created these wonderful packages which will come boxed for you just like this. Isn't that pretty? So that when you offer the gift of Sydney Mar Wellness for the holidays, it's possible to opt for the gift. This is a small one. This is for 1 to 2 bottles of Sydney Mar Wellness. Or you can choose the bigger one, which is this one, which is the larger box here. So you can see that it's really pretty, has a gorgeous little bow on it, and it's going to come, of course, in a packaging box, so it'll come in perfect shape for you. And that one is for 3 to 4 bottles. So you can give the gift of health, which is really ultimate self-love and self-nurturing for yourself and for your loved ones. And for those of you who want to do some gifts, gift cards, I've actually created a physical gift card, which is really fun. There's the black one, and I'm going to be offering the pink one so that you can have different denominations, so that you can offer this as a gift. It'll come really pretty. It can go underneath the tree as well. And it has, I'm just going to show you, I'm going to have like this. So for instance, you'll be able to open it up. It's going to look really pretty. Let's open it up. It's just like the awards, and then you'll have the gift card in here denoting how much that gift is for. So this is what you can expect for the physical gift card. I also have an electronic one if you want to send just an electronic one, and that way you can share the love of taking care of yourself, taking care of your loved ones, and the world around you. I've got a few other things that I'm going to give you a sneak peek about, which is, as you know, I'm always talking about how to organize your vitamins if in fact you do. I prefer that everybody organize them once a week, because as I've talked to you about a few times before, if in fact I had to look at 2, 3, 4, 5 bottles of vitamins and think every morning, gosh, I have to organize them, honestly, I wouldn't do it. I would just give up. I'd just go and have my breakfast and forget about it. But if I organize them on Saturday morning, I put them in these little, what I call my vitamin dishes like this. I have 7 of them. And then when I have just a small amount, I just put my little vitamins here. You can see them. And I stack them up and I put these beside my coffee cup. Because every morning I get up, I put on the coffee, I make my breakfast, I get my coffee cup, and then I go into the cupboard and I pull out one of these. It's all organized for me. And if you're traveling, what you can do, as I mentioned, is just pop the contents of the day into one of these little handy Ziploc bags and away you go. So if you're going for 3 days, make 3 little packets. If you're going for 4, away you go. I also used to take an extra one with me because there have been times when I've been stuck in the airport and the trip becomes a day longer, so I've always got my vitamins to help keep me energetic and on track with my daily commitments to myself for self-care. So I'm going to be offering a set of 7 of these beautiful little lovely ceramic dishes for you in case you don't have a way of organizing them. And they will be, I'll be loading them up on the website this weekend so that you can buy them. And those are the small ones. And for those of you who like a little bit of a bigger dish, these are my other ones that I have, because sometimes I have too many vitamins and I can't fit them all in the little ones, so I've got the larger size. Then these are all lovely white ceramics, and that way you can keep them organized, keep them in the cupboard. They're easy and they look good. My mom, Evelyn, was fussy about making sure that the presentation for everything was good. And the reason for that is because it's just so much more enjoyable. If you have a beautiful, your favorite cup, if you have a beautiful little dish for your vitamins, then it just sits on the table. It's lovely. It fits in with most decor, and that way you can enjoy it, and it can be just sort of part of your gracious way of living. So I just really wanted to, as I mentioned, encourage you to take a moment and to have think about self-love. Think about taking care of yourself the way your mom or your grandmother took care of you. I'll show you a little picture of my grandmommy. Here she was. This is with my Uncle Mike here. This was my grandmom in Chinatown in Vancouver. And I know that, as I had mentioned, that she had taken care of all the children in the neighborhood as well as her own kids. And this was my beautiful mother, who was the one who patiently got me up in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, every single morning for my skating gears, and made sure that I had that beautiful breakfast, got me organized for school and skating. And these are the things that I remember the feeling of when I think about self-care and self-love. So I'd love to encourage you to do the same for yourself and your loved ones around you. So I'm going to wish you a beautiful day, whatever you're doing. And as I was saying, may this day be a gracious day, a beautiful day, and that you take care of yourself and your loved ones, and the world will be beautiful around you. Many blessings.